It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting the bodies. There is no great genius without some touch of madness. Anybody can become angry. That is easy, but to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Happiness depends upon ourselves. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. A friend to all is a friend to none. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst. Hope is a waking dream. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. Good habits formed at youth make all the difference. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. We make war that we may live in peace. It is just that we should be grateful, not only to those with whose views we may agree, but also to those who have expressed more superficial views, for these also contributed something by developing before us the powers of thought. Personal beauty is a greater recommendation than any letter of reference. Well begun is half done. The law is reason free from passion. It is best to rise from life as from a banquet, neither thirsty nor drunken. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. Jealousy is both reasonable and belongs to reasonable men, while envy is base and belongs to the base, for the one makes himself get good things by jealousy, while the other does not allow his neighbor to have them through envy. Republics decline into democracies, and democracies degenerate into despotisms. To attain any assured knowledge about the soul is one of the most difficult things in the world. He who is unable to live in society, or who has no need because he is sufficient for himself, must be either a beast or a god. Suffering becomes beautiful When anyone bears great calamities with cheerfulness, not through insensibility, but through greatness of mind. The soul never thinks without a picture. The secret to humor is surprise. The end of labor is to gain leisure. The whole is more than the sum of its parts. My best friend is the man who in wishing me well wishes it for my sake. The educated differ from the uneducated, as much as the living from the dead. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. Probable impossibilities are to be preferred to improbable possibilities. All paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind. To run away from trouble is a form of cowardice, and while it is true that the suicide braves death, he does it not for some noble object, but to escape some ill. In a democracy, the poor will have more power than the rich, because there are more of them, and the will of the majority is supreme. What it lies in our power to do, it lies in our power not to do. Fear is pain arising from the anticipation of evil. Democracy is when the indigent, and not the men of property, are the rulers. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. I have gained this from philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do only from fear of the law. He who hath many friends hath none. The virtue of justice consists in moderation, as regulated by wisdom. A great city is not to be confounded with a populous one.